me know. Can we get started? I think, but your voice is like very faint. I can't hear you clearly. Yeah, a lot better. All right, I think we can get started. So I'll go with my introduction first. I've been part of LMAQ for well over 4.5 years now. I am currently handling operations related to a program which deals with address-based corrections on a tool called GAM. And coming to the role that you have opted for, the quality specialist role, and what LMAQ is. LMAQ basically stands for Last Mile Analytics and Quality. Last mile basically here refers to the journey between the final delivery station in the locality to the customer's doorstep. But most of the things related to this journey are automated by various tech systems and ML models. But there are, like any tech system, right? Nothing is 100% accurate. So there are 3 to 5% of the cases which the automated tech systems and algorithms cannot fix, which is where we come into play. So we address those 3 to 5% scenarios by doing manual audits. When I say manual audits, what we basically do is using various web searches, we come or arrive at certain conclusions and then solve those cases. Yeah, you can go with your introduction now. Yeah. All right. So you said that you completed your engineering in 2015, and also I see that it's from computer science background. So you are aware that this is a completely non-technical role, right? All right. Second thing is, what have you been doing since 2015? It's been okay. What government jobs were you preparing for? Okay, so what made you change your mind? Okay, so have you taken some kind of training, or was it self-preparation? Faint. Slightly better, but I still can't hear you clearly. It's manageable, but thought, if you can probably keep the mic a little close to your mouth, I should. Yeah, I think this is better. I, So, can you tell me about your major project? What was it about, and was it a team project or an individual project? If it was a team project, what was your role in the project? Can you go from the start? I mean, can you describe what your major project was and then gradually move? Uh, okay. A minor project or anything that you remember that you can talk about? I am not clear on what the minor project was about. I mean, yeah, manual. What do you mean when you say manual? What What do you mean manually? When you say manually, what do you mean? Okay, what was your role in the project? I'm assuming it's a group project. Yeah, so what are those sources? What was specifically your role in the project? Yes, PPTs is something just after the project is completed, demonstration you might have done, but what was your specific role with respect to the project, and how were those individual tasks divided? On basis what were those tasks divided? Okay. I think I can move on to the next part of the interview where I'll basically be evaluating your analytical abilities. So, do you have a pen and paper handy with you? I'll be sharing my screen. Uh, Let me know once you're able to view it. This has 4 questions. You might not be able to see all the 4 straight away, but let me know once you're done, and then I'll scroll up. Can you see my screen now? How about now? It's so strange. Okay, what I'll do is I'll paste the questions here in the chat box. I have pasted those 4 questions. You can you have 5 minutes to solve them. It's 10:15 now. You have until 10:20 to solve. You have 1 more minute. Complete all the questions and then you can give me the answers. Uh, can you give me whatever answers you have? Okay. Okay. That's fine. I mean, if you have not solved it, that's okay. What about the fourth one? That's okay. That's okay. I mean, so you got the answer for the first one as B, right? How did you arrive at that answer? Okay. Okay. What about the second one? I think we can move on to the next part now, where I'll be basically checking your reasoning and deep dive skills. So I'll be giving you hypothetical situations, questions. Uh, there is no right or wrong answer, but I just want to understand how you go about thinking. And all right, let's say you were to set up a fulfillment center in India, and you had the option of picking 4 locations. What would those locations be? And what parameters would you consider to arrive at those 4 locations? Yeah, sure. So let's say you have to set up a fulfillment center. Fulfillment center is nothing but a warehouse where all the products are stored. Okay? Where all the seller products are stored. That's a fulfillment center. Let's say you have to establish such fulfillment centers in India. Assuming there is no Amazon in India right now, you have to set up Amazon fulfillment centers in India, and you have the option to pick 4 locations in India. What 4 locations would you pick, and why would you pick those 4 locations? Why metropolitan cities? But you have the option of picking only 4. So there are a lot of metropolitan cities, right? I mean, what four would you pick? And why would you pick those four? I can't hear you clearly, Sirisha. I mean, your voice is like very, very faint. I mean, let's assume you have to basically assume what requirements are needed. Yeah, but in Chennai, Bangalore, and Pune, right? I mean, three of them, I think space should not be a problem, and then transport also be a problem. So, which one would you pick and why? What requirements would a fulfillment center have, right? I mean, let's say Amazon is going to come here. Uh, what can you think of as a requirement?
Largest space, biggest area.
No, we, yeah, we are just talking about warehouses here. I mean, large fulfillment centers. Yes, let's say area is not an issue. Anywhere we can find an area, right? I mean, any city it will be the same. So that is something common. What I want to know is why we would pick four locations and how would it help our business grow or uh, ensure that we have the maximum reach in terms of the customers. Yeah, you're saying metropolitan, but you only have the option of picking four. So what four would you select? Okay, why these four cities? But yeah, I mean, Bangalore have a lot of IT infrastructure and everything. I mean, why not Mumbai? Mumbai is a financial capital of India, right? There are also a lot of people there. So why not Mumbai? That's where the question is, right? I mean, you need to think from a perspective of setting up the business and how it would help. Let's move on to the next question now. Then, let's say you are a manager at a fulfillment center, and uh, and you see that a particular product of one brand has a return rate of 1%. When I say return rate, what I mean is for every 100 products of that brand which gets sold, right? One of them gets returned to the station for whatever reason. Now, that return rate has increased from 1 in the previous month to 10 in the current month. What are the steps that you will take to identify what the root cause of the problem was, and how would you uh, propose a solution? Let's say you identified the problem to be damage. What would you do after identifying the problem? Gathered all the information that I need for your evaluation. I have no further questions. Do you have any questions?
What will be roles and responsibilities?
Yeah, so like I said, right, LMAQ is a journey from the final delivery station to customer's doorstep, and anything related to this journey is most of it is automated, and there are 3 to 5% of the cases or scenario which the tech systems cannot solve. That is where we come into picture as quality specialist team, or where we do quality audits, see where the problem is using various web searches, right? We figure out what the problem is and then solve those cases. Now, coming to roles and responsibilities, it will primarily be audits of various, it could be, so there are various streams like maps, geocodes, routing, and then address. Each of these programs have their own set of SOPs. The quality specialist has to follow those SOPs to deliver on his or her goals.